Hello, Swerback. And this time, let's find out if AI can help us in our repairs. I have a lot of messages from users saying, Chatgpt, tell me that's the problem, help me to diagnose the stuff. So I was gonna try it today. Now the picture from the screen is from my last video, if you remember. This was quite a complex fault, but we're gonna make it easier. Let's say a shorted main power rail and see how the AI can help us on this repair. Asus X1500E not charging. Can you help diagnose the motherboard? Looks like the AI is helping us. So it's telling me testing the charger, testing the battery, visual inspection, DC in voltage path check. DC jack pin 19 volts, DC MOSFET 19. After DC MOSFETs, system weigh-in rail. Voltage before MOSFET but not after bad MOSFET. I never ever found this. Yeah, usually if you don't have voltage after the MOSFET, it's not the MOSFET, it's actually no voltage on the gate. Charger IC check, yeah. Here is saying 6 volt regulator, AC detect pin and weigh-in, which should be around 19 volts. Yeah, that's right. Then the battery checks, then another common charging failure, then a quick short circuit test. Okay? Good. I want to send to AI the picture and tell me what to check. Please mark the components I have to check. Now the free version is, you have probably like 10 questions, but you have the plus version, which is free for 1 month, and you can ask more and you can get detailed answers. And looks like we have the picture. The AI got it wrong, I can't believe. 1 second. BQ series charger IC. This is the EC chip. So this is wrong. The battery connector here. No, the battery is here. You can clearly see the battery is here. DC jack. No, the DC jack is here. And on my picture, it was a fully DC jack. Then he's saying second is the fuse. No, it's not. First DC in MOSFET. This is not a MOSFET. This is a heatsink or whatever is here. No, it's not. The MOSFETs are exactly here. Fourth, second DC in MOSFET. No, definitely it's not. PLN battery rails. No. So everything from here is absolutely wrong. It's nothing to check based on this picture. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the picture, which I used it yesterday, with exactly the same case, like in the video. Of course, he didn't figure it out, but I'm trying to make the case easier so to see if he can figure out the fault. Please check one more time and let me know what should I check. Okay, so even with a different picture, where the charging port is missing, on the first picture it was the charging port, here it was not, but he doesn't want to analyze the pictures one more time. Let's help the AI. At the second of the second MOSFET, I have no voltage. What should I check more? It is strange because it's not telling me, I should check the main power rail if it's any short there. It's telling me the gate control or the MOSFET itself. First MOSFET passing voltage. Then it's telling me to check the gate voltage. Of course, it's kind of pointless. We have 0 volts on the other side. Then it's telling me to check to trace the gate to the BQ or EC. No, should go to the BQ chip. Drain output to ground expected more than 100 ohms. Okay, let's tell to AI there is 0 ohms. Drain to ground is 0 ohms. What should I check? After the second MOSFET is hard shorted to ground. Indeed. The MOSFET is doing the job by staying off to protect the charger. So we stop checking the MOSFET and hunt the short on main weigh-in rail. Do not replace the MOSFET yet. Do not force power. I'm curious how he will figure out the short without pushing power. 90% of the time it's a shorted capacitor. Well, depends. If it's not a gaming laptop, Indeed, most likely it is a shorted capacitor. If it's a gaming laptop, most likely it's a MOSFET. The thermal finger test, I can't believe. Okay, yeah, so now he's telling me to inject voltage with a current limit. I'm curious how the AI knows all these things. AI is just, it's a program, has to be trained. So how he knows this? That's the most important questions I have. Touch components careful or use alcohol where it evaporates first. Do not exceed 2 volts. How do I know that? That's my question. Fast isolation trick, advanced. Remove the second MOSFET. Okay, this is completely stupid. This is a very bad advice. Short is on the board, not inside of the MOSFET. The AI just conclude actually the MOSFET has no issue. Yeah, he just said, don't remove the MOSFET. Don't inject 19 volts. Don't jumper the MOSFET. Don't replace the charger IC yet. I'm quite impressed, to be honest. This is like a very good technician which has like a proper steps to diagnose the issue. I mean, this is not bad. I didn't expect to be that precise. Yesterday, I did a test and this picture, and the AI pointed exactly the capacitors. Where should I check? And I was like, this is insane. Yes, I will say, based on what I'm seeing here, I would say AI can be helpful on the repairs. But let me ask AI some questions. Can I remove the capacitor without replacing? Let's see. I mean, even if my grammar is bad, the AI figured out what I want to say. What type of capacitor it is, okay. On the V-in rail after the second MOSFET, ASUS used small MLCC capacitor ceramics in parallel. If the faulty part is a small beach, not sure what that means, MLCC, no markings, then safe to remove. Even AI is dodgy, I can't believe. You can remove it without replacement if no way AI advise you to actually remove the capacitor and not replace it. But no, Sorin is dodgy, right? And the saying, if there are more capacitor, if there is not a serial with any signal, then it's safe to remove it without replacing. You must replace it if it's a large electrolytic. No, really. If it's labeled, it's still a capacitor on the main power rail. If it's part of the buck converter output, definitely, not definitely. Not sure. Depends how many capacitors are there. If it's near to a coil, depends how many capacitors are there. Then he's saying about best practice. It will usually work without it. Best option, replace it, same size. To replace it with the same size, you have to know what capacity is there. And you don't. For that, you need a schematic. Capacity can be approximate. Okay, that's dodgy. Because the capacitor, they are fitted on a motherboard, they have a resonating frequency, like SWR on ham radio. So, if you just replace it with a random one, it will do nothing. So, that's not okay. But temporary testing without is okay. Then it's telling you what to do next. Then it's telling you if you did something wrong, you remove the wrong capacitor and have like coil winding, replace the capacitor. Okay, that's right. Final answer short, yes, you can remove a faulty small capacitor and the board, it will usually work. If you're telling me approx size of the capacitor, where it was located, okay, let's give more details. The capacitor is brown, about 5 millimeters, near to the CPU MOSFETs. We are not speaking about capacity. No, do not leave that capacitor out. You must replace it. Because where it is any size, running without it can damage the CPU VRM. You said brown capacitor 5 millimeters near CPU MOSFETs. describes our bulk MLCC. Now it's telling us what the capacitor are doing. If you remove it and don't replace, CPU may not power up. That's not right. MOSFET must overheat. That's not right. Long-term VRM damage is likely. No, really. Random shutdowns and no post. All are wrong. Now the AI try to figure it out, what capacitor it is, and proper fix. Do not replace with lower voltage. But how can we know the voltage if it's not marked? Electrolytic with long leads. Okay, that's right. Much smaller value. How do you know the value? Small capacitor can be removed without replacement. I mean, this is dodgy. I expect something like that from Sorin, not from AI. If you want, you can send zoom photo of that capacitor location. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So this is the picture with the capacitor. And it's telling me what it is. No, you don't run the board without it. And it's telling you with what to replace it. Now, you know what I want to know? I want to know how AI can know, because this is it's like a good technician. Yeah, you don't even say it's AI. How he knows all this kind of stuff? You'll be surprised, but there are like heavy money paid by the AI companies for copyright infringement. You know Suno. It's the best AI bot for music. This is the wiki page, and they said they pay $500 million, because they trained the AI bot on copyrighted music, and that's how Suno bot got so good. Just to understand how good is this bot, yeah, let's write few words here. A song about laptop repairs. Can we get a song about laptop repairs? Trance, deep bass, piano, emotive, club. And all we have to do is to press create. And it's already generating 2 songs. Can't fix my laptop. Check here. And we have the text. You can see the lyrics here. Yeah. Impressive. I mean, like what? Like few seconds, you have a song? You have a song about fixing laptops. This is a perfect disco club song. And you have to think at the artist. I mean, they are cooked. Everyone can do music, whatever music you want. Think the people, yeah, they pay for a year for get the right voice, keeping the note. Then you have the people drawing all their lives. And now we have technicians, they learn for years, and now we have AI which can diagnose a motherboard. So one more time, my question is how the AI bot knows how to diagnose a motherboard. And I think it's one way to check where the bot was trained. I will be honest with you, the moment the bot told me to inject voltage, there are not many channels on YouTube doing this kind of stuff. But I think I have the right question. What a easy pizza repair means? You know why I ask this? Because I came up with easy pizza repair. When I said, this repair is like £100, and some people said, okay, that's cheap. And some people said, that's expensive. So I said, okay, let's do it on pizzas. So one pizza, like in UK, is like £25, a large Domino's pizza. So this repair is 4 pizza. So 4 pizza, now you can scale that to your country. And that's easy pizza means, yeah, easy pizza repair means easy repair where we got some, easy pizza. I seen on the comments people said, sorry, you're wrong. It's not easy pizza, it's easy peasy. No, it's easy pizza on our channel. And I came up with this easy pizza repair. Let's see what the AI is saying. Easy pizza repair, it's a technician slang. Well, it's not. No one is using this term apart from myself. So instead of saying, AI is saying, I don't know what is a easy pizza repair, is AI knows it's like a technician slang. The job pays enough to buy a pizza? So yes, you found yourself a easy pizza repair. Now, what are the odds this AI bot got trained on YouTube? Because, if the bot will say, I don't know what is a easy pizza repair, I will believe actually the AI is not looking on YouTube. But based on the fact the AI knows exactly what is a easy pizza repair, I would say the AI is getting trained from internet. And this is not fair. Just leaving the technicians on one side, we are speaking about people. They train a life, to create a song, to draw a picture, to even repair stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure the AI it will get better even on the repairs. Everything is changing. Myself, I'm impressed and on the same time concerned about technician future, the repair business future. So if you ask me, AI it's okay for repairs. I will say AI is like a friend. You have a friend, your friend knows few things, you can ask him. But don't count like 100% on the answer to be right. What is falling on the dangerous side is actually, AI advise you to inject some voltage and current. If you inject current on the wrong stuff, bad things can happen. Then we seen AI advice, you cannot replace the cap. I didn't expect that. Okay, I will say thank you for watching. Hopefully we made clear if AI can help you. And see you on the next one. Bye. Hey, if you find my content being helpful, don't forget you can support this channel by pressing the join button, and you can get instantly access to our members only cool collection and Discord private channels for support with your repairs. Also, you can have a look on our United Kingdom eBay, where you can find some cool and unique products, or our Patreon page. Thank you.